Hi everyone, you are watching Biology with Insha, and in today's video we are going to be talking about transports in plants. This is the part 2 of the video, and there's a part 1 of the video. So if you have not seen part 1 of the video, then I highly recommend that you watch it first and then come back here. So the link is down in the description box down below, so just click on the link and you will be directed to the video, to the part 1 of the video. Okay, first of all, I would like to apologize for the fact that I uploaded this video a bit late, and secondly, I just wanted to make an announcement, which I already have, by the way, on my Facebook page, but just once more, that Project Animate is under work and that animated videos will be out very soon for everyone. So stay tuned, share this around with everyone, whether they want to learn biology or they want to learn it for the sake of knowledge. So regardless of that, just keep sharing this around so that we can build our audience and share knowledgeable and free content with as many people as we can. So with that being said, let us get started with our chapter. Okay, so in this chapter here, in the last video I spoke about the transport in plants, which consists of the xylem vessels and the phloem vessels, and we know that water travels in your xylem vessels and food like sugar travels in your phloem vessels, and they both are collectively found in a vascular bundle. You may watch the first part of the video to understand all of that. Now there are 3 processes or series by which water moves through a xylem vessel. The first one is your root pressure, the second one is your capillary action, and the third one is your transpiration. I highly recommend that you write these 3 points down. So the first one is root pressure, the first step in which water enters the xylem vessels from the roots. The second is your capillary action, which we're going to study today, and the third is your transpiration, which we're also going to study today. This chapter is actually very big, so of course I was not able to make everything in one go. So I'll be finishing off xylem in this video here, and then in the next video, which will be uploaded next week, I'll start and hopefully try to finish about phloem by the next video, because it is a bit big, the chapter is big, and there's a lot of details about your phloem vessels. Okay. So, although we did root pressure in the last video, but let's just give a little bit of a brief review about it. That water from the root enters through the roots into the xylem vessel. That's because of osmosis from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. Let's not get into so much detail there, because it's all been explained in the last video. So you see these blue circles, they're your water molecules that are moving up the xylem vessels. So this shows that your water molecules move up the xylem vessels, right? So we're talking about capillary action today, okay? Because we've already discussed root pressure in the last video, so let us keep our main focus on capillary action, okay? So what is capillary action? Before understanding capillary action, let us understand about adhesion forces, okay? So what is your adhesion force? Let's underline this part here so that our main focus remains here. So there's a force between your water molecules. That force is responsible for attracting your water molecules with one another, and this is called your adhesion forces. And if you see here, these are your water molecules, and the black arrows in between show that they are the forces which mediate or act between the water molecules, which are called your nothing but your adhesion forces, right? So let's do one thing. Let's just show that here. This is your adhesion forces. So what happens is that this is your water molecule here, this is your water molecule here, this is your water molecule here. And to represent the forces, just think of it as like this. The water molecules collide with one another, and then there's this force pushing it upwards. There's another force pushing it upwards, which is responsible for driving the water molecules up, thereby creating its movement or a direction in the xylem vessels. So what is capillary action? Let's cut to the chase. In capillary action, water and ions enter the xylem. Well, of course they're in the xylem. They enter the xylem thanks to the root pressure, and the thin tube of xylem creates a force on the molecules. So the xylem vessels also play a role in creating this force in the water molecules, allowing the water molecules to travel up. Along with the adhesion forces, as I just discussed here, see how this pushes this upwards, and how this water molecule pushes this water molecule upwards, due to which water molecules move upwards. So I'm just going to emphasize on this, is this moves upwards, right? Upwards. One other important thing, in short, water molecules are able to move upwards against gravity. So in short, capillary action basically means that water molecules are able to move up the xylem vessels against the force of gravity. So let's take an example to better understand this. When you throw a ball like this, of course you should expect the ball to come down because of the force of gravity. So why is that water molecules don't come down? They're able to travel up. Why is that they don't come down? There is force of gravity acting on them. Well, there are two reasons. Your adhesion forces, which I just spoke about now, and then besides along with your adhesion forces, then there's your xylem, which creates that force, right, on the molecules that travel along the vessel. So these are the two reasons because of which water moves against the force of gravity, and this is called your nothing but your old and ordinary capillary action, right? Capillary action is responsible for the traveling of water against the force of gravity. And if you look at the diagram here, this is showing nothing but the movement of water up. It's a very simplified diagram, and I've written down capillary action here. And just understand, root pressure was the first step by which water entered your vessels, and then the capillary action is the second step by which the water moves up the xylem vessels, and the third one is your transpiration. So transpiration, yes, so the third step here, the third one. Transpiration is when water molecules, when they reach your leaf. What do I mean here? What I mean is that, let me just grab a pen, yeah. So as the water moves up the xylem vessels, they'll eventually reach the leaf. What happens is that water molecules, the first things first, the xylem carries the water to the leaf, right? They want to get to the leaf first to be used in the process called photosynthesis, right? So upon reaching the leaf, the water molecules, some of them may be evaporated from the surface, surface, may have forgotten to write that, from the surface when upon reaching the leaf. This is incomplete, this sentence is incomplete, I apologize for that. Let me just read it out to you. Water molecules are then evaporated from the surface of the leaf upon reaching the leaf. When I say upon reaching the leaf, when they reach the leaf and when the water is used and there is an extra amount left through the pores of the leaf, they leave the leaf and are evaporated as vapors, right? This is called your transpiration. So this is just again the repeated definition of transpiration that you may read once more. So then there's another subpart of this here, which is called the transpirational pull. What is transpirational pull? This is very simple. It's nothing much complicated. Once you've understood transpiration, there's nothing hard about transpirational pull. So when water is removed from the leaf via evaporation, okay, let's do one thing. Let me first explain it from the diagram, then we'll come to the paragraph. Okay, so look over here. This is your H2O from the leaf here. This is your leaf, and this here is your water vapor that got evaporated from the surface of the leaf. And this shows that the amount of water is less here, right? The amount of water is quite less here, and that, yeah. So the amount of water is less here because the water is constantly getting evaporated from the surface of the leaf, as you can see from the blue dots or circles here. And the amount of water is more here. This is the soil. It's labeled because there's a lot of water present in your soil and it's constantly being absorbed by the roots. These extensions are your roots, and the blue lining here shows the traveling of water from the roots to the leaf and how this here evaporates. This is a continuous movement which is done with the help of root pressure, which happens here, and then there's your capillary action, which happens here, and then there's your transpiration, which happens here. Transpirational pull is an additional part here. This pull is responsible for the fact that water travels up the xylem vessels and then enters the leaf and then gets evaporated, and then more water enters the xylem from the root pressure, travels up the xylem, gets evaporated from the leaf. That's basically maintaining the direction of the flow of water, right? This is here this is the plant, this is your leaf, and this is your root, right? This is not, the transpirational pull is nothing but responsible for the fact that water from the root travels via your xylem, enters the leaf, and as it gets evaporated, more enters through the roots, and this here maintains that balance, right? There has to be that balance, right? This is what transpirational pull is. And I've also written it down here and also indicated that with arrows showing the direction of the movement of water. Okay, so let's read this again. Sorry, we did not read this. Yes, when water is removed from the leaf via evaporation, cells create a pressure due to which water will move from the root to the xylem and then will enter the leaf. So yes, there's a pressure difference. There's less water here, there's more water here. So there's a pressure difference due to which the water moves from down to up, right? Water will then come out of the xylem vessels within the leaf and enter the leaf cells when they're in the leaf cells, when they have left the vascular bundle. Okay? So transpirational pull, this is the definition, is due to the pressure difference in two separate regions, thus attracting water from underneath the roots to the leaf, right? So, if I explain this again, let's grab blue. This is your, let's call this your first region here, right? This is your second region here, and there's a pressure difference, less water here, more water here, due to which water moves like this. Well, that's it for today. This is it. We're done with xylem, and in the next video I'm going to start about phloem vessels, and that part of the chapter is quite detailed, a lot of things to understand and absorb, so don't worry about that. I'll try my very best to have it finished by next week. If not, I'll make another video, 2 videos then for phloem, right? Xylem is done. Unfortunately, as I said, it was not possible for me to finish both the videos, the full chapter in one go. Nonetheless, I'll try to do my best to finish it as fast as I can. So thank you so much for watching. Do like and follow my Facebook page, and like, subscribe, and comment on my YouTube channel, and you may give me reviews, suggestions, or requests. You're open to do that. I would love it if you guys did that. And remember, Project Annate is on its way, so stay tuned, and most importantly, share this around with as many people as you can. This is free and this is quality education, so share this around with as many people as you can, as I would highly appreciate it. Thank you so much once more, and see you next week. And once again, sorry for uploading the video late.